Yeah, Mario Kart. You all know it. Over the years, it's had some great games. All of them are perfect in my opinion. So welcome to Tom Versal's Top 8 Mario Kart Games. List worst to best. This is my personal opinion, so if you disagree, I can totally understand. My opinion is very strange when it comes to Mario Kart. So yeah, don't go hating in the comments. And let's get into the list. Number 8. Mario Kart Double Dash. Now don't think I'm an idiot. I've never played this game. That's why I've put it at number 8. If I've not played it, then I can't judge it. So that's why it's number 8. There's not really any other reasons. From what I've seen, the game looks cool, the graphics are great, and I love the system with the double characters. I hope it makes a return in the next game. So yeah, I've never played this, that's why it's number 8, but I'm sure it would be much lower on the list if I played it. Number 7. Mario Kart DS. I've played this one, not that much though, so that's another reason why it's number 7. However, from what I've played, it's a pretty good game. Pretty standard Mario Kart game. It's nothing special compared to the new games. However, it was a turning point. I think it was Nintendo's first online game. I don't know. If it's not, it's the first online Mario Kart game. And it was quite revolutionary for the time. The graphics on the DS are pretty cool. And I like how it takes the bottom screen as a map, just like the original Mario Karts. Now personally, I haven't played this one much, but from what I've played, it's pretty good. I used to hate it though when it came out, although I was obsessed with it, so I don't get why. Before I knew about YouTube, I guess it is. I knew about it, but I didn't use it really. So I played some of it, but I didn't care. So yeah. Number 6, Super Mario Kart. Now, this game is very good for the time. It's got pretty good graphics even to this day. It's a very fast game. As you can see from the screen, it's quite fast, but that's not the actual game. I've sped it up. So it's like not too long for me talking about it. But the game's got 2D graphics rendered in the Super Effects chip for the SNES. The controls are a bit confusing if you're used to what you have now, but I'm used to both of them, so I'm not really that bothered. Feels like Mario Kart Super Circuit, but like a butchered down version, which doesn't mean bad because this game's incredible. It's a starting point for Mario Kart, and it's truly super. So it gets a spot for me in number 8, or number 6, sorry. I always get confused between those two numbers. So yeah, let's move on. Number 5. Mario Kart Wii. This one is pretty much most of my childhood. This was basically the only game I ever used to play, but when I used to play it, I was actually quite good at it, but I stopped playing it. And now I'm horrible at it because of the controls, and I can't believe I could cope with these controls. I hate them beyond belief. And the fact of the matter is you can't turn them off, so I hate it even more. Instead of using like a joystick or a D-pad, you have to physically turn the wheel, which I wouldn't have a problem with, but in the arcade it feels like a real wheel. It doesn't feel like crap like this, so this game's got pretty good graphics, but let's move on. Number 4. Mario Kart 7. Great graphics for the 3DS. It uses the same style of Mario Kart DS, where the bottom screen's the map, similar to the original. The controls are pretty solid. They're not as good as the newer games, even though this is like second newest, but not as good as Mario Kart 8, but what can you say? Portable game, and it's really good. Features retro tracks, one of the best retro rainbow roads in my opinion. I prefer the Mario Kart 8 version of SNES Rainbow Road, but this has got one of the best rainbow roads ever. some of the best tracks are just... Wait, I'm showing you one of the best tracks now, Music Park, but in England it's called Melody Motorway. I don't know about anywhere else. I prefer the English name, or British, because it's an actual motorway and it's melody and it's got alliteration. So this game's pretty good, and yeah, let's move on. Number 3. Mario Kart 64. These are my top 3 Mario Karts, by the way, so Mario Kart 64's up there. It was very hard for me to choose between this one for 2 or number 3, so I eventually went on for number 3, because I prefer number 2, obviously. However, I do love this game. The drifting's a bit crap in my opinion. I like how there's words coming out when you bounce and stuff. The graphics are also very good. The controls are also amazing for the time. I've played this on an emulator and on the Wii U, so I can't really say out about the N64's controls, but from what I've played on emulators and Virtual Console, it's pretty good. And yeah, I suppose it might be harder to play on the actual N64 because of the controller. However, this game's got very good graphics. It's got very good items. However, they come up randomly. You can get like green shell and red shell in first, and stars in first. It's very strange. So it's a bit messed up. There's a lot of rubber banding going on with the map. Not currently. Keep watching, I'm sure I will be. It's a very fast game as well. Now I have sped up this footage, but it's still a really fast game. What can I say? It's got great graphics. It's generally a great game. Only problem is like just generally the Rainbow Road. That's not the only problem, but that's one of my main problems. The Rainbow Road is like horrible in my opinion. I love the soundtrack for Rainbow Road on this. I can't say it's a bad Rainbow Road, but compared to the other ones, not just the newer ones, but the one prior to this, I don't like it as much. Anyway, so number 2, Mario Kart 8. So by this point, you all know what number 1 is, but we'll move on to that when we do. I decided to choose this footage because not only is it pretty good, it just shows the graphics generally are the best graphics for Mario Kart ever, and I really can't wait for them to improve. This is a remake of the one on GameCube, this map, but it also has been remade on the DS, so I think you've seen all 3 versions in this video. It's this game's got solid controls, solid graphics, solid music. It's just a solid game. The characters, meh. It's got some of the best characters, but it's also got some of the worst. Also, I like to say that they remake maps from old games. Like, look, Excite Bike Arena. Excite Bike's got nothing to do with Mario Kart, but they remade it. They remade Excite Bike, they remade Animal Crossing, they remade F-Zero. So I can see why Excite Bike and F-Zero were there, but it's just a bit random that they choose Animal Crossing, because that's got nothing to do with racing whatsoever. Even if there are racing minigames. I've never played it, but I know what the game is. I don't know if there are racing minigames, but this game is also really fast. You don't realise it. Really fast and really difficult, but I say it's easier than other Mario Kart games. Rainbow Road is horrible, but the N64 remake on here, one of the best. I like the DLC maps, which these are DLC maps that you see. Yeah, the SNES Rainbow Road remake on DLC is my favourite version of SNES Rainbow Road. Love the music on that. This game's got very jazzy music, which is my style of music. I love that. Well, it suits this game very good. So yeah, let's move on to number 1. This is a remake in F-Zero, by the way. But let's move on to number 1, and I'll explain my reasons for why I'm in the minority. Number 1. Mario Kart Super Circuit. I am in the minority when I pick this game. Everyone hates it. Either they hate it more than the original Mario Kart, or they just hate it above the original and below everything else. This game's got good graphics for the Game Boy Advance, everyone. This game's got solid controls for the Game Boy Advance. This game is just amazing. The drifting's a bit off, I can see that. And the maps are a bit awful compared to the other ones. I would say awful, that was a poor choice of words for me, but this game is kind of a forgotten game because it's developed by someone else, I forgot who. It's made by Nintendo, published by Nintendo, but it's developed by someone else. That's why this game is the first one to include retro tracks and some other classic items we see in newer Mario Kart games, not the ones we see today. Sometimes we don't see them. This has also got a pretty good multiplayer mode. Of course it's not online and it's not as good as Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 7, but it's pretty good. I like to say the characters and the items take the exact same graphics as the N64, just they've pixelized them into 32-bit. That's smart for the Nintendo, instead of redeveloping all the characters. The voice acting is a bit like, it's crap honestly, but the voice acting is not everything. I mean, if I loved voice acting so much and it made a game for me, I wouldn't like House of the Dead 2 or 1. So, this game is hated because it's like, I don't know, people see it as a weak point of Mario Kart, as it was N64. That one had a great game, and it had great graphics and stuff. But come on, this is not a 64-bit console, it's a handheld 32-bit console. I don't see why everyone hates it. Every time I ask, no one really explains. And the times when they do explain, if they did explain, they're probably arguments that can be counter-argued with, because this game does everything right in my opinion. The Rainbow Road is amazing. Well, not everything right, but most of the things in this game are perfect. It is also my childhood, so I get very nostalgic over this game, but that's not a reason to love it. No, that's one of the reasons why I like it, but it's not a reason to class it as number 1. I like the Wii game, and that's only number 5. The items on this game pretty good. The blue shell also is quite rare in this game, so that's a plus in my opinion. If it's rare, can be destroyed, I think, as well if you block them. This game's got a very good soundtrack as well. It's like the 8-bit version of Mario Kart. It's like if Mario Kart was made 32-bit, put on this NES. Because that did support 32-bit, but the sounds on this game are pretty crap, but they make it sound like an NES version of Mario Kart, which is very good in my opinion. The Rainbow Road, by the way, it's not as good as the original in my opinion. The soundtrack for it's not as good, but the Rainbow Road is also a classic. It's great, but it's not as good as the original. Anyway, so that's my top 8 Mario Kart games. Don't hate me in the comments for it. Just state your opinion.